Yo, so we back in here. This is Word Style Films, and I'm interviewing
Kinu.
And tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, what got you on this road to acting? And I heard you do Christian rap, or my bad, motivational rap.
Same thing. I was actually signed to a plus size agency in 2015 called Diva Day International. Shout out to Miss Nikki Mack. So from there, I just kind of always been in the industry. Acting just kind of fell in my lap, to be honest. Somebody called me and was like, "Can you be here at this time?" And I was like, "Yes." And then one episode turned into 6 episodes, and here I am.
And you said inspirational rap or motivational rap, but I call it. And you know what? I'm not gonna say what I call it. You call it gospel rap.
I call it gospel. I'm preaching a little bit. Perquito. I'm preaching a little bit.
Who listening to it? Because they weren't heard about Percocet.
You know what? You right. You know what? I've only been in the game 2 years, and my audience is growing. It's not a lot of people listening right now, but I feel like people will catch on. Because I feel like motivational and gospel is something that people need, but they don't know they need it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to disguise my music so you don't really know that you're listening to gospel or like motivational. You're hearing some raw music and it's dope, and then you hear God and you hear motivation. So I'm kind of disguising it in a way to where you don't really know, but people need it. You need it.
Now, you say you need it.
We all need it.
Is there any, like, doing acting, right? Is there any, like, roles that you won't take because of your faith in the music that you do and the teachers you try to inspire younger people with?
I haven't really thought about that, but that's a great question. Hey.
Well, you better start thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not gonna take off my clothes. I had a series that I was doing, and it was something about me taking off my shirt, and I just denied taking off my shirt, and I still had the role, but I don't want to take off my clothes, and I'm not really a person who likes to curse. In my music, what I think is really unique about me is that I'm spitting my flows and I'm going bar for bar, and I'm not cursing at all. And so I like to challenge myself to come up with other words other than just cursing. So I don't want to curse, and I don't want to take my clothes off, and that's it.
It is acting, so
yeah,
like, it's lesbian work, and it's not real.
It's not real.
So
it's
like,
not real.
What's the, like? Now, don't get me wrong. If it's like a Magic Mike type movie,
yeah,
I understand. But like, if it's a love scene and it calls for that, like authenticity of the scene calls for that.
I thought about that because I love Megan Good. Megan Good is one of those women who's like very strong in her faith. She was married to a pastor, you know, so, and she still did those roles, you know. So it's kind of like, I get that it's acting, but for me, I'm not sure if I would still want to do it because I feel like it's still a representation, and you can kind of get stuck in that role. How many times have you know, actors been somewhere and somebody's called them from that name that they were acting as the actor and not them? So it's like you can get stuck in that role. You know, I don't want to be Sasha, the stripper taking off her clothes, and you see me at the grocery store and you like, Sasha! No, not Sasha.
Oh yeah, so no nudity, no cursing.
No, not Sasha.
Now, as a film producer and a filmmaker, and I always tell people this because just from my experience in doing it, studying it, researching it, even taking classes in college, the reluctancy, I think, has a lot of black people pigeonholed, because as a filmmaker, if I'm making a piece that calls for authenticity for the scene and people are reluctant, the apprehension doesn't enthuse further callbacks. So do you feel like that's something that might hinder you?
No, not at all. Honestly, because I really feel like I can still give the producer, the director, what they're looking for in a different way. You know, I think that's the cool thing about being an actress or an actor, that you bring your own to the table. So you can give me the script, and then I make it my own. And of course, the director decides if you want to work with me or not.
Now, because of, I don't know how old you are, I'm 43.
I'm young. Beautiful.
So, yeah,
Like, don't crack.
Calisthenics and juicing, you know what I'm saying?
You a vegan?
No.
Okay. But he be juicing.
I will say, like, from my 30 years of like just observation, we got actors like Sanaa Lathan or Nia Long.
Yeah.
And people always say, like, what happened to them? And I've listened to them in interviews. I have reason to believe that the drying up of roles offered to them may have been because of apprehension. And the reason I say like it's like an Achilles heel, and I'm not trying to push nudity because in my stuff, yes, we do sexual themed scenes, but it's within the, you know, saying the realm of the storytelling. So if it calls for it, then we got it. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. Right? I don't try to like crowbar shit like Netflix, but I have to look at the female actors of white persuasion or even other races as like persuasion. Angelina Jolie, Pamela Anderson Lee, and several others that I can't name because I've been drinking, that had long 30, 40-year illustrious careers. And then I look at my counterparts, right, other black women in the same positions or roles or type of like personas, not so much. And I have reason to believe it's not because they can't act and recite lines or do dramatic thing in movies, but because the apprehension of something that calls for authenticity.
I don't know. You know what? When you was talking, I'm definitely listening. And when you said apprehensive, honestly, it's not the same role because it has been known that white female actors make way more than black female actress.
Now, hold on.
So
be showing them skins calls for a.
I think so. I think skins cost more money. I think skins do cost more money, and I think certain actors, especially like Angelina Jolie, is willing to do those things with that budget, that paper. And I feel like they're lowballing, you know, black actresses, and they wanted them to do the same, but not paying them the same. Now, I'm just starting off in the industry. I don't really know. You know, this is what I've heard looking at interviews from other actresses before me.
Now, I will say when it comes to lowballing, I gotta play devil's advocate. I had to stop my sister.
How else to live?
She said they pay black actors less. I said, you know why? That negotiation.
What do you mean negotiate? So you feel like a black actor can negotiate? It's their fault?
Yes, you get an agent. He goes in there and says, yo, my client wants this much money. If they can't get this much money, we don't want it. If they're not going to give it to you, you got to play hardball. But you don't do like Taraji P. Henson and take $100,000 for The Color Purple musical either.
Yo, I mean, I don't know. Like I just said, I'm just now getting in the industry, but I disagree because I feel like certain roles will help an actor's career, and you're willing to take that role with not a lot of money because you know where it'll take you. So negotiating can actually get you out of the role. Like you might lose your spot, and I think Hollywood is that harsh because they're looking at it like if you're not willing to do it, I'll get somebody who is.
Okay, with the exception of Jennifer Aniston, she's done a string of shitty movies that flopped, right? She's never showed skin. I have reason to believe there's favors behind the scenes because we keep seeing her in shit nobody wants to see her in except with Vince Vaughn. With the exception of Bridget Fonda, Pamela Anderson Lee, Jessica Alba.
I don't know, it's The Breakup. The Breakup is my favorite movie with Jennifer Aniston. I mean, I don't know.
It might be favorite, but I mean, like box office, did it make the mark? I don't think so.
I don't know. Probably not. I mean, hey, Jennifer Aniston, she has done her work in the industry to where she doesn't have to do that. And I guess it gets deeper because I don't know what circle she's standing in and what she had to do in that circle.
Hold up. Let me ask you.
But she paid her dues to where she don't have to do it. That's what I think.
When was the last time you saw a Jennifer Aniston movie that you liked?
The Breakup.
What year was that?
It's old.
Exactly.
But I liked it.
What I'm
and
saying
I never
is,
forgot it.
Well, look it. And I'm going off the script because this is an engaging interview. I will say, and I have to tell black folks in the industry, this is the devil's industry.
It is.
And because I'm not religious, I can say that with confirmation. I can say that with absolute. I can say that confidently because I'm not religious, so it doesn't bother me. But just knowing what arena you're in, or what industry, all things make things come together. And at the end of the day, a movie is nothing but a story. Now, if I told you a story that involved lascivious acts, salacious deeds, and things of other nature, right? You would want to see that depicted on screen, right? look at film as storytelling for the people that can't hear, see. It has to be shown so we know what's happening in the story, right? If I tell you a story,
you want to see it told right. You want,
So, can you say? Can we honestly be real here and say that maybe black people have apprehension that causes them to be obstructed unknowingly or unwittingly?
Look, Mike. That's what you wearing for your first one?
Apprehension.
Perfect. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. They still go.
I'm finna do her like she did me. Y'all in the back. Y'all need to be quiet.
We sure do. I'm gonna shut the fuck up or whatever.
This is the interview.
Y'all never said answer question.
Yeah, go.
And a woman.
I just playing, y'all. That's my boss.
Say,
And a woman of the faith.
You didn't eat yet?
You might be stopping your own blessing.
Yeah, there's chicken and stuff like that.
If ever there were such a thing.
I'm exhausted.
You be in the devil's
exhausted I am.
You know,
This nigga told me
the devil's
I'm about to
everywhere.
fuck my son out. That's my son.
Representing yourself in the right place. That's what I was.
You gonna be my son in the house.
You don't have to take every.
I'm gonna have my servers make you.
Bring your spirit to that role, and you make it your own. I mean, I'm just a very confident person. I'm confident within myself, and I'm not a person who chases after anything. I do believe that anything that is for me is for me. So when you have that type of confidence within yourself and in life, I think you just move different.
Yeah, back that. Straight back to your right.
As a filmmaker, I will say black people need to step out outside the box.
I don't know why you keep saying black people.
We gotta do different shit.
They're not paying the black people the same prices they're paying the white people. They're not.
That's a bad agent.
And they want.
That's a bad agent.
I don't know. Is it a bad agent or is it just the industry?
If I tell this nigga I
y'all.
won't settle for less than $5 million, don't go in there and take no 2.5. I didn't say 2.5. After taxes, that's 1.7. I said 5.
He's got
Yeah, when I see these stories and I see Terrence Howard say he got paid $16,000, well, he was a damn fool.
If Terrence Howard is saying that though,
And
Terrence Howard is saying
How was
that.
you paying a nigga 30% of $16,000 when you did presidents in '95? I was there. I seen it.
I think it's just like if you're gonna take that, are you gonna take the 16,000 or take 0? I think some people are thinking that they have to take the 16,000 because they'll have 0.
Okay, I'm gonna have to.
I honestly just think that we gotta come back part 2.
I'm gonna have to enlighten people. I just put this out. This is like just random shit. Everybody out there in TV land, watch or read or listen to the Audible chapters of The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli. Never negotiate out of desperation. And on that note, what would you like to end it with? Any projects, throw out some handles, all that jazz?
Yeah. Y'all follow me on Instagram at Kiki New, and that's KEKENU_. Like he said, I'm a gospel, motivational, inspirational rapper or artist, and I would like to leave y'all with a little something. Can I leave y'all with a little something? Okay.
Give us like 2 bars.
2.
Yeah, we gotta take the whole 16, maybe 8.
Somebody owe me an apology, and it's me. I cannot cease to believe, counting on me, but counting me out. Fumbling blessings cause I got doubt. I went to the graveyard. I went ahead and buried my old self there. I went alone. I ain't need no support, just God and nobody else.
It's Ludacris' little sister, and we out.
This album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. It was all a dream.